evening for you guys that are on the East Coast. Welcome to another episode of J&B Live. I am your girl, your auntie, Dr. B. Welcome to a special episode of J&B Live. I'm coming to you tonight. Usually I'm online with Broker J3 around about 6 o'clock, but I decided to do a special episode for those of you who are subscribers. So I want you to come on in, chime on in, and we're going to get started in a second. So welcome to J&B Live. I am your girl, Dr. B. And I'm taking you on a little adventure tonight, guys. We're traveling abroad. We're going to look at travels to Bangkok, Thailand, and we're going to take a look at the shopping and the sightseeing. This is considered part one of this episode. And, with the climate in the United States, there's a lot going on. And so I know I'm interested in traveling abroad. And so some of you guys may be interested as well because you want a different atmosphere. You want to be able to experience different cultures and foods and just whatnot. So, we're going to be, I'm doing some research because I'm trying to decide. I need you guys to help me as to where I actually want to travel when I go abroad. So, the first area that really stuck out to me was Thailand, Bangkok. So I'm going to be doing some research, and I wanted to share this information with you guys because, as I said, I want to take you guys along with me so you get to experience it as well. Okay, so I'm going to take you on this little adventure. Like I said, I've been researching this trip abroad, and then Bangkok, Thailand just keeps calling my name. What's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, Ronnie Joe, how are you doing this evening? So I said, why not share this journey with our followers, those who are you who are following us on JMB Live. And so we're talking about shopping, not just for women, for guys as well. We're talking about sightseeing and just some of the hidden gems that you probably never even heard about in Thailand. So, and listen, this isn't just about reading off of brochures, because just think about it. You can read those brochures, you can contact a travel agency, but I wanted you to feel like you're right here with me. As I research everything, I present this information to you. I want you to walk with me through the different markets. Take a look at some of the different foods that they have, soaking up the culture, just engulfing yourself in that particular environment. So pack up those virtual bags because we're traveling abroad, y'all. So guys, let's talk about it. So, some of you might say to yourself, hey, I really want to travel abroad. Some of you may be saying that to yourself. So the first thing, I really should have looked at, where I'm going to stay, or where we're going to stay when we go to Thailand, or where the flights or whatever. But I wanted to go and look at some of the sightseeing and then some of the shopping, because I know that that's a seller for me. That's one of the most important things for me, is the sightseeing, because I don't want to spend all that money going abroad and then I just be stuck in the hotel room, right? That's boring, right? So I wanted to look at the sightseeing and shopping and see what type of values I can get and the bang for my buck, because everybody, when they're traveling abroad, they want to be able to travel and then be uncomfortable. Okay, guys. So first, okay, we're gonna start out with the shopping. So now I couldn't start anywhere else. I had to start with the shopping because I like to shop. That's it. Bangkok is considered a shopper's paradise, guys. Yes, it is. First, we're going to start with Union Mall. I want you to take a look at this video of Union Mall. It has just where young locals, they're just browsing the fashion stall. So I want you to take a look at this.
With the prices on this 100% authentic luxury bags, I just found out the biggest branded bag sales is back, with the best deal and discount up to 90% off. Whether you are a fan of LV, Gucci, Dior or Chanel, they have 10,000 authentic luxury bags for you to choose from. You can find pre-loved bags, wallets, shoes and accessories at the lowest prices. Clara Crazy Sales is only happening for 7 days at Union Mall. Besides of shopping, you can also sell or consign your bag here. Don't miss out. See you at the Union Mall basement floor.
Make you want to just smile all the time. And let me tell you guys, your money stretches in Thailand. Right now, one Thai baht equals about 32 cents US dollars. So a dollar is about 32 bahts. That means you can eat, shop, and explore without breaking the bank. And that's why a lot of people, based on my research, a lot of people are relocating to Thailand because it's cheaper to eat. Of course, I'm going to get to this. The weather's warm, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons. But I wanted you to take a look at the shopping, not just for women. Men like to shop as well. So there's some shopping venues for men as well. So the next one we're going to take a look at is Platinum Mall. This one is a crowded floors with endless clothing rack. Hey Richie, how are you doing? Hey, Big A, how are you doing this evening? What's up? How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining us or joining me. I'm solo tonight. And thank you for being a part of the J&B family. I'm so glad you guys are joining me this evening. So let's take a look at the Platinum Mall, which is the next one that I want to discuss because this one is considered wholesale central. And if you love bargains, guys, this is where you fill up your suitcase. A lot of people take empty suitcases to Thailand because they know that the bargains are so good over there that they can fill up their suitcases and bring them back. Therefore, they take the empty ones so that they can fill them up while they're there because of the prices. They say you buy one shirt, it's cheap. You buy three shirts, it's even cheaper. You can bring back a whole wardrobe, guys, a whole wardrobe.
These clothes, men's clothes, accessories, gift shop, souvenirs, and it doesn't break your
So
bank.
take a look at this video on Platinum Mall.
So the underground floor to the third floor of Platinum Fashion Mall is all men's and women's fashion clothes, and they also have kids clothes and a lot of accessories and bags and shoes. Many of you have been asking where to find the best men's clothes, so I recommend coming to the fourth floor of Platinum Fashion Mall. Or every floor in Platinum Mall, but if you don't want to waste your time, come up to the fifth floor because this is the floor for accessories, no clothes.
Huge, you guys. And they have everything.
And when you are done shopping in every floor, they also have a food court on the sixth floor, and they also have souvenirs too.
Okay, guys, so that was Platinum Mall. So now we're going to move on to, we're going to do some sightseeing, and then there's a mall that also has a rooftop restaurant. It's called Iconium, and this mall is just awesome. The view is just spectacular. You actually take a boat ride to get there, which is romantic if there's someone joining you, a significant other or whatnot. It's massive, it's gorgeous, and it feels more like an experience than a shopping trip. And then it has the rooftop views of the river. You have different water shows and a basement food court that feels like a Thai street market. So here's a video of the Iconium Mall. It's beautiful. So thank you guys for joining us. Hey, Ricky, Lake, and Mark, thank you for joining me as well. I appreciate you guys' support. And this is just the view, the rooftop view for that particular mall. Okay. And Like I said, we're taking a look at some of the different shoppings of Thailand because, the climate in the United States is not the best right now. So a lot of people are considering traveling abroad, me being one of those people. And I like to travel anyway, but and I've traveled abroad before, but this would be my first trip to Asia, Southeast Asia. So I was doing the research, so I decided, hey, why not share this information with our followers or our viewers so that they would be in tune. And then by the time it's over with, maybe you can weigh in on exactly where I should travel. Okay, thank you, Barry, Cherry, for joining me. Thank you, Juan, Alan. Thank you for joining me. So now we're going to take a look at the Central World Mall. And inside this particular mall, there is a Central World Theater, which is awesome. With people lounging in cozy bed seats. They're actually watching a movie, but it's considered a bed cinema. And that blows my mind when I think about it. And that's actually, as I mentioned earlier, in the Central World Mall. They've got a movie theater where they don't sit in chairs. You lay in bed and you got a blanket, pillow, and then you got your little snacks. And that's not a movie to me. That's a whole experience. So I said, if I definitely decide to visit Thailand, I'm definitely going to the Central World Mall. And within that Central World Mall, I'm going to visit the Bed Cinema. So let's take a look at that.
This has to be the most luxurious cinema experience. Honestly, if you are a cinema film fanatic, you would love this. It is a bed cinema. Yeah, that is right. You go to the cinema and it
Thank
is
you, New
full
York, for
of
joining
beds.
me
You can sleep in them if
tonight.
you want. You can relax, watch your film. They even have lounge access where you can access free popcorn,
We're
free
taking a
snacks,
look
free
at the
drinks,
Bed
whatever
Cinema
you want.
in
And the pillows
Thailand.
are super comfy. You even get your own remote control
And I love
and it puts
popcorn,
the
so this
bed
would
into
not be an
vibrate.
issue
You
for
can lie
me.
it down. It really just is such a cool experience and something that I don't think I've ever seen before. I also decided that I wanted to be super comfy, so I bought some makeup remover wipes. I took my makeup off, okay, and I put on a face mask because why not? Honestly, 10 out of 10 experience. And Captain America.
So this couple that visit the Bed Cinema, they gave it a 10 out of 10. And she said she even took her makeup off because she felt like she was at home. So that's definitely on my list to join. Okay. So now we're going to go and move on to the Emporium Mall. That's one of the largest malls that's in Thailand. This is the one that's considered high end for luxury. This particular mall, you can find Gucci, Dior, and Prada. The name brand says it all. And you can imagine how some of us would act if we were in that mall. So if I visit Thailand, Emporium Mall is going to be number one on my list. So let's take a look at Emporium Mall.
You can meet me at my hotel with nothing on under your trench coat. There's no way, no time, no time for it, you know. Why don't you?
So guys, do any
You
of
can meet
these
me at my
malls
hotel
your needs?
with
Which one
nothing
do
on
you
under
find
your
most
trench
fascinating? Which
coat.
one do you think you would
There's no
visit
way, no
if
time,
you
no time for
made a trip to
it, you
Thailand? Which
know.
one is going to work for
Why
you?
don't
I
you?
think that the Emporium Mall is definitely going to work. And then I'd want to do the World Central, the one that has the bed cinema. I definitely want to visit that just for that experience. Hey, Chocolate, thank you for joining us. Hey, Edward Thompson and Joe H. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Okay. All right, we're going to move right along. And the other one that I want to talk about is um, the Emsphere, which is also known in Thailand as well. This is the one that's known for international cuisine. This is the one that has a food court that has just any type of food that you can think of. It has the Korean, the Japanese, Italian, Thai, American, any food that you can think of. They have it in this particular mall. It says that you can taste the world without leaving Bangkok. And that to me sounds like an experience as well. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down and we're going to pull this one up as well so you
At
guys can
Emsphere
see
Bangkok,
exactly
Friend
what this
Garkin for local
mall
indie
looks
brands,
like.
Daddy
So let me
and the
see what it
Muscle
looks like
Academy
as
for
well.
ladies fashion, another story for home goods and souvenirs, Gentlewomen, a famous Thai local fashion label, Seek and Keep Club for cuttest plushies and blind boxes, and at IKEA for their 8-baht ice cream.
Now, the best part about shopping in Thailand, I've showed you several different malls. We talked about the dollar for as currency is concerned, as far as the Thai dollar to US dollar. So definitely you're going to get more for your money because you have US dollars and you're going to take it over there and spend it in Thai baht. So you're going to be saving money just because you have US dollars. So that is one of the reasons a lot of people have decided to relocate to Thailand because it is cheaper to live. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons a little bit later on. But that's one of the number one reasons why people decide to relocate to Thailand. Okay, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's move right along. And so next we're going to go and we're going to talk about the different sightseeings because I said shopping is number one for me. But also I want to be able to do some sightseeing that I actually enjoy. And there's a lot of things to do in Thailand. Oh, so many. When I've done the research, as a matter of fact, I'm not finished because every time I do a search, I find different things to do. But I wanted to bring you some of that information to show you what I've gathered so far as far as sightseeing. And I am just excited. Like I said, Thailand is calling my name. It's been calling my name for quite a while. So when I go to Thailand, I definitely want to do a lot of sightseeing. But just think about it. The flight is not a 2-hour flight. So when you go over there, you want to be able to spend some time in that country so that you can do some sightseeing, you can do some shopping. You don't want to go over there and spend a couple of days and come back. Okay. So what we're going to look at now, like I said, is more than just shopping. The sights in this country will take your breath away. We're going to start with After the Rain Café. And this is an area that has boats that are just just flowing, and then they have the lush greeneries, and it makes you feel so at peace. So let's take a look at that one as well. This is something I could get used to.
Suppose the world was not informed by real estate or power lines, the hidden river of my life.
Just imagine yourself just flowing down that little river. Oh God, that is so nice and it's so peaceful. Yeah, that's the first stop for me. Is the After the Rain Cafe. Just imagine yourself, guys. I want you to come on this trip with me, sitting in a boat, sipping coffee or whatever your preference is, surrounded by water and green trees. It's peaceful, it's quiet, and Instagram worthy. Some things you can't put a price tag on. I'm sorry. Peace. You can't put a price tag on it. So thank you, Billy, Scott, for joining me this evening. Hey, Antonio Hill and Scotty Boy, thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you guys for joining me this evening as we take a look at traveling abroad, and the particular location is Bangkok, Thailand. And we're taking a look at some shopping. We've already done the shopping. If you missed that part, you can review the video again and take a look at that. But now we're discussing and we're talking about the different sightseeing areas. And we just finished with After the Rain Cafe. Yes, we did. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about the art room. Art room. It's called the Art Room Temple, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful scenery, and it glows up at sunset. And then it's known for photographers that are there that are taking different pictures. It's really referred to as the Wat Arun Temple, the Temple of Dawn. And then, like I said, at sunset, this golden spires glow by the river. And if you want that perfect photo shoot, they said it's it. It is it. I hope that I can be able to see that as well. All right, so let's take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the sunset. All right. Hey, Links, how are you doing? Scotty Boy, Billy Scott, and Chicky, how are you doing this evening? Thank you guys for joining me. We're looking at Thailand, traveling abroad. As I mentioned earlier, the climate in the United States is kind of like crazy out there. And I'm looking at doing some travel. And so I've been doing some research and I said, why not share this information with our viewers? And that's what I decided to do. So, like I say, pack up your virtual bags. We're ready to go. I want you to go on this trip with me as I research, and then eventually I'll decide where I'm going to visit. Okay, guys. So just let me know in the chat if you found anything interesting so far. So forth. Let me know if this is something that you would like to do. If you would like to visit Thailand, or if you research other countries abroad and you would like to visit those countries. Because if something that if there's a location that you want to visit, let me know and I'll research it, because that's maybe somewhere that I would like to go. Because right now I'm open minded, because I know I want to travel, but I haven't decided exactly where I want to go. So therefore, I'm doing the research, because when you're traveling abroad, you always want to research where you're going, so that you know, like for instance, the costs, where you go, the hotels, the sightseeing, where you're going to be staying, the health care. You want to consider all of that, so that when you get overseas, that you are prepared. You don't want to get over there and not be prepared. I promise you that. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at the bubble in the forest cafe. This is glass bubbles over water. Now, for this particular cafe, it has been recommended that you have what's called a drone, so that they can capture down and look at it, because they said, some people said that when I was doing the research, it wasn't worth it because they didn't have a drone. So therefore, I'm telling you up front, it's been recommended that you have a drone, so you can capture, or have something to look down and capture you at this particular location. Okay, let's take a look at it and see what it looks like.
Things to do in Bangkok. Part 2.
All the bubbles in the forest cafe. Sit inside these glass domes that are floating on water, surrounded by trees. It looks like it's made out of a movie, especially if you capture it with the drones. Some people refer to it as pure magic. I even had someone to
Things to do in Bangkok. Part 2.
That is nice. Okay, guys. So now we're going to get to those pros and cons that I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to keep it real with you, because that's what we do. We keep it raw and we keep it real. And I want to share with you, if you have, you enjoyed this, this sightseeing, and you enjoyed the shopping, you think that this may be somewhere where you would just love to visit, then you do need to know all of the pros and cons. And these may not be all of them, but I wanted to share the pros and cons that I have so far. So, for example, the pros, of course, is the value of the US dollar goes far. Thailand is very affordable. It's considered one of the cheapest places to live in the world. The shopping, I showed you, the shopping is amazing, and the food is out of this world. Now, we didn't spend a lot of time on the food, but I can guarantee you in the videos to come, I will focus on the food in Thailand. Okay. And the culture is warm, colorful, and welcoming. Based on the research that I found, a lot of people say, well, hey, people are just friendly. They don't care that you may be African American or a different race, they're still just as friendly and they welcome all races to their country. And that is a plus. As I mentioned, the culture is warm, it's colorful, and it's welcome. And here's a bonus, guys. A lot of people say, well, hey, I don't speak Thai, but guess what? A lot of people from Thailand, they speak English, especially in the city and the tourist areas, because they want to learn the English language because guess what? They know that a lot of people are relocating to Thailand. So that's going to make them more marketable if they know the English language. So getting around and communicating isn't as hard as some people think. Okay, thank you, Tiffany and Peace, for joining me this evening. Now, some of the cons, the flight could be long. That's just a part of it. You're going around the world. So the flight can be anywhere from 12 to 15 hours if you're coming from the United States. And it is hot all the time in Thailand. But guess what? In Georgia, sometimes it doesn't really get cold. So, and for those of you here who are living in the Florida area, it's pretty much hot in Florida all the time as well. So, pack light and breathable clothing. And then outside the tourist spots, as I mentioned earlier, English may be limited, but guess what? I mentioned this earlier, guys. A lot of people want to learn the English language. So guess what? You can take your Google Translate with you. There's different types of devices that you can use that will allow you to do that translation. Okay. But honestly, guys, the pros, in my opinion, thank you, Belle, for your gift. I appreciate that. The pros outweigh the cons by far for me. That Thailand is a mix of affordability. The country is absolutely beautiful and lots of adventure. There's a lot of things to do. And I appreciate the fact that you can walk or take a motor scooter to a lot of your destinations. Now, the traffic is heavy. It did not mention that as one of the cons, and I will get to that a little bit later on. There's a lot of people that live in Bangkok. There's not a lot of people that live in some of the other areas like Phuket. So, some people that travel to Thailand, they'll decide to live in Phuket as far as Bangkok. But to each his own. Some people love the travel. Just think about it. If you live in New York, you live in Atlanta, you're used to the traffic. Then that's no issue. That's a lot of people. So some people may consider that a con. Some people may not. But the key to that is where you want to live. If you don't want the high traffic, you can live in one of the areas that's a little bit further from Bangkok, or you can live, if you don't mind, then you can live in the Bangkok. And some people, I've seen people who live in Bangkok, and guess what? It's so cheap and reasonable. They decide to go to Phuket on the weekends because it's so cheap. And we're going to get to that a little later on. I don't want to spill the tea, but guess what? We are going to discuss the affordability as far as where to stay. We're going to take a look at some of the Airbnbs in the area. And they also have some short-term, like apartments that you can live in if you're traveling over there and you don't want to stay over there long term. Okay? So we're going to look at those as well. Now, before I wrap things up, guys, I'm going to give a final shout out to those of you who are joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking this trip with me to Thailand as we take a look at the shopping and the sightseeing. That was exciting for me because that's a place that I would not mind visiting. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be researching different places. If you're planning to do some travel soon, shoot me a comment and let me know where you're planning to travel. I'll research it. I don't mind researching travel places because I love to travel. I love to go to other places and experience their cultural, their different foods. That's exciting for me because we don't want to get too complacent to where we're just stagnant in the area where we are. I mentioned earlier what's going on with the United States. We don't know what's going on here in the next 3.5 to 4 years. Okay. So, a lot of people are considering leaving abroad. I've heard some people say they tired of the United States. They out. They said deuces, So it is what it is. I'm researching it because I know that I need a sabbatical And I would love to travel abroad. I'm just trying to narrow down the location where I actually want to travel. So thank you guys for your gifts. Thank you for those beans. Keep them coming. I appreciate all of your support. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the JNB family. Now, family, friends, after diving into all of this, I was overwhelmed and I loved every minute of it. I feel like I'm already in Thailand. Yes, I do. I feel like I'm already there, you know, in that After the Rain Café. Yes, just gliding down in the little water in the little boat with a meal, or the little bubbles and everything. I just love that. Bangkok is vibrant. You saw it from the pictures. And somebody said, "Are you going soon?" I hope so. Bangkok is vibrant, it's exciting, and it's full of life. From shopping, we've experienced it. We've been to like 5 different malls, and I know some of y'all ready to go to 2 or 3 more. But guess what? They say it takes you sometime 1 to 2 days to get through some of those malls. So if you do decide to go, be prepared. From shopping to food to temples to hidden cafes, Thailand has something for everybody. Like they said, everybody. Yeah. And somebody else said, just looking at it, yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it is. It has something for no matter who you are, there's something for you. And guess what? This was only part one of this series to Thailand. As I mentioned earlier, guys, I only did the shopping and the sightseeing. I still have to do the flight and the cost. And, I want to give you guys some more information in case you decide to travel to Thailand. Like I said earlier, there are some people that are relocating to Thailand because of the culture, the friendly people, and the cost of living. But whatever you decide to do, I always like to visit first and get a feel for it. But based on what I have researched so far, I'm in. I'm sold. I'm ready to go. I got my bags packed. Okay. So it has something for everybody. And guess what? Like I said, this was part one. There's more to come. Next time, we're going to go a little bit deeper. We'll be researching the flights and the places to stay in Thailand, whether it's a hotel, if you're going to stay a couple of weeks, an Airbnb, or a short stay apartment. I'll break it down so you'll know what's worth your time and your money, guys. I want you to know and have that information. So in case you decide to visit, you'll be prepared and you'll have that information. So I'll bring that information to you in part two of the Thailand trip, guys. I am excited about this adventure. I hope you will take this trip with me to Thailand, to Bangkok, Thailand. And like I said, if you don't want the hustle and bustle, the busyness of Thailand, you can always decide to stay in one of the cities that's a little bit further out, which is much quieter. But if you're used to it, no big deal. But until then, guys, I want you to come back and join me. But until then, I am your girl, Dr. B, your auntie, your cousin, whoever. And this has been J&B Live Podcast. So, guys, I want you to stay curious. I want you to keep dreaming, keep exploring, and let's talk about it. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Have a good evening.